Okay, so um, yeah, here. So we have verified both active and inactive ones. So both are working fine. And make subscription fee as 0. Let me verify that has happened or not. Subscription fee is 0. And now, um, so even though it is a diamond subscription, so what I will do is I will again activate back and see. I do activate and I want to make it as anything fine, diamond or platinum. And I want to make a subscription fee as if you have observed or not, before it is something around 1,000 or something, now it becomes 0 and I have 1,000. So I had a discount, this one extra discount. So hmm, this is not happening. Okay, active. Sorry, whatever thought process here. So when we have a schedule thing, the process builder. So when I have sorry, where it is. Yeah, when I have a active, what's happening? It entered here and it's queuing the job, and I have this one diamond and platinum. I want to give some extra discount here. See, which is not working here. Why? Because maybe whatever assumption is last was wrong. So when we have a scheduled jobs or where you don't have option to evaluate the next criteria, and so what happens? This is completely a miss. I was just checking the queue again. So it has to, I have to see that in this queue. Okay, it is in the queue. And when it is active, I have to receive the email. Yes, I have received the email. So now I want to activate the other flow, which will be working correct with our assumption. So for the first one, I want to activate it. Confirm. Here, just I will inactive and make the same user as active. So I'm doing first inactive, fine. So what will happen when I inactive? The subscription will become 0. Okay, good. And I might have 2 emails. Okay, I have 2 emails received. And then process builder, not process builder. And again record. So if you check the queue, it will not be there. Why? Because it's no longer. Oh, hmm, that is not right. Actually, it has to remove from the queue. Okay, we'll come back to this later. So that is us breaking. So now I want to again make this resource as active, and I want to make a subscription fee as somewhere $1,000 and just save. I want to see the onboard mail and extra discount. Wow, this extra discount is not populating. Why it is so? So are we doing a correct field here? Here, when it's a diamond or platinum. Okay, okay. See here, that was the mistake. When only specific changes happen, then only it's getting fired. Okay. I was just so before also it's platinum, now also it's platinum. That's why it's not working. So I'm just changing it. So whenever it move, so okay, then also it will not fire. I shall move it to a gold one, and then I will make it as a diamond and save. Now you should be able to see it. So when specific changes are happen to it, then only it will work, right? So from starting itself, it's become it's actually a diamond or platinum. So that's why it is not firing, or like it's not evaluating. Okay. Mm, okay, so there was a mistake. So what I will do was I'm just doing the or activating the first one itself. This one I'm just activating. Okay, so now we have the second process only active, and just do a quick check. Okay, first I will make it is inactive, and let's see. So when it is inactive, so it is become 0, but this extra discount is still 120. So it is not a correct one. So it has to become a 0 as well. Extra discount also become, it has to become 0. And when it is inactive, I should get an inactive email. Okay, so all the best email. Okay, so just marking all of them as red. How to make them as a red? Mark as red. Okay. Fine. Now I want to check the queue. Search. Okay, I have it in a queue. Why? Because it is inactive or inactive. Active. So it is inactive. Actually, it has to remove from the queue. Still, it is in a queue. Okay. We'll make changes to the flow to make it work correctly. First, making active. Email fired correctly. Yes. And now one email is fired correctly and active. So what about this one? So before it's 8:45. Oh, it's queuing again. Mm, okay. I'm just deleting this too. Let's again. Not found anything here. First I will make some changes to it. So I want to make change. That was, I want to save it as a new version. So here in this one, I have to do this uncheck, or I need to add one more condition. That is, when the resource is active, the status is active, then only I have to give the subscription. So if it is not active, also if it is not active, also I have to fire. So it is always better if you uncheck. So whatever happened, whether it's active or inactive, every time it will update. So if there can be change happen to the fee, right? First initially if it's 10,000 and it is giving a discount as 1,000 or like some $1,200, and you've changed the subscription fee to 1,000, so you have to pay back to them, so which is not right. So it has to be always 12% as the extra discount. So it has to fire every time the record has been changed. Okay, so I have just um, removing that subsequently made the criteria, or like specific changes happen. So even though it's not happened, a specific change, if the data is diamond and platinum, always multiply this with the same thing. So you can write a formula as well, just to show here. I was doing it here. And fine, and when it is active, it's happening here, it's inactive, it's go here. Okay, I was trying to activate this one, confirm. Okay, now let's start fresh. So here, this is parent record. So now I don't have anything in a queue. This I don't need here. Longer. The email alert. This one don't need it. Don't need it here. I don't need it here. Okay. So let's see. Um, is it here? Okay. Now first, when it is inactive, and even though you gave some numbers here, so I see 120 discount here. When you making it as inactive, the subscription fee has to become zero, and extra discount also becomes zero. Let's see what happening. So extra discount becomes zero, fee becomes zero, and it is inactive. So I should receive an inactive email. Okay, fine. I received it. Huh. Okay, I see multiple times. Why? Because. Why? Because here in this process builder, we gave a this one. Recursion allows process evaluate records multiple times, and this inactive email also we have not checked that as a when the subsequent or like when specific changes are met. So what happens? We have a field updates happening below and a top. So every time the update is happening, it is resending the emails. So what you have to do here, when the specific change happen, then only you have to send the emails. That's why we are getting this duplicate emails. Okay, that's why we are getting that one. So just do a clone. Okay, save version as new one, and in the inactive one, just make this one specific changes are happen. So it will be sent only once. Okay, I'm doing activate. Done. Now let's activate back, and I want to give subscription fee as 5,000 and do a save. Now you see this is again missing extra discount one. So extra discount has to be populated. Why it is not
We need
populated?
to change the subscription.
No, no, we have unchecked this one, right? So this one unchecked. So it has to fire every time. Yeah,
Okay.
here, here we have one more problem. So it is getting stopped here. So what we did, we activated only, right? So when we activated, what's happening? So it was entering here, activate, and sending a welcome email and queuing the for the reminder and getting stopped. And it's not doing any of this below. So now what we have to do, have to do one more fix here. Yes, it's happening here. Now what we have to do here is in the process builder, we have to do one thing. First we'll see whether this inactive thing is fixed or not. Okay, so now we are getting only one email for, oh, no, it's multiple are happening. That is weird. Okay, here recursive is there. Okay, activate resource is active. Welcome email. 2 hours later, fine. My subscription fee as $0. This is one update. Email and give discount. It's happening here. Okay, just doing a clone. Just do stuff doing the wrong values. We give a right ones here. Okay, so it has to fire every time. This is fine. From here, it has to evaluate the next criteria. Okay, good. Then if it is active, it has to be at the end. We call it have a time-based action. Okay, and it's inactive. So I prefer always having a time-based action as a different process builder. But see, so even if it is end also, it has to work fine. So when it's inactive, so only when specific changes are happen. And here it has to fire every time. Okay, and then this is fine. And then this is also good. This also when specific changes happen, then only it has to do. Okay, so it is good. Now I want to see whether we need this recursive or not anymore. That I was keeping unchecked. Okay, I don't want to. We have only one process builder, so I don't want to reevaluate again. Okay, fine. Let's just make it as active. Save. So I have some discounts here. So I have welcome email. I'll check all those and mark as read. Mark as read. So it is active. I started recording or not. Okay. Process builder. Okay. Then again, what I have to check? We have to check the queue. Search. Okay, I have it in the queue. Next. I should have some subscription fee here. So just entering some value. 800 here. So saving $96. And what about the queue now? It's also there. Okay, good. Now I want to make inactive and see whether still we are getting a multiple emails or not. So it become a 0. Yeah, this was a crazy one. Why? Because this one at the start of the run, right? And it will not reevaluate. So when it's becoming 0, when the step is here, after reaching here, you're making it as a 0. So when it's become 0, it will do update, but you are not selected as a recursively update here. This first one, you are not checking this box. So what's happening? It's not coming back. So this field was remain as a old value. And let's see first the email. Okay, we have only one email now, which is right. Now if I want to just check this box recursive, there are two options. Whether I have to move this step to a top and move this toward bottom, or I have to enable the recursive. Okay, so let's try one by one. So if I give recursive, the issue what we're having was when we become inactive, we are getting a multiple emails. So when it is inactive, so we make sure that we have this change happen. Okay, and I was activating here. Okay, mm, activate. 1,000. Okay, active. I'm getting a multiple welcome emails. Let's do the same. So was getting a multiple or it's 2 times 5. Let me confirm. Okay. Now I want to inactive, save. Let's check how many emails I got. I got 2 emails, so it's recursive. Now, what is the other option I have? Other option is do not select recursive and move this to a top. Okay, so here I want to do evaluate next. So if it is inactive, then it will make the subscription fee as a 0, and I will calculate this extra discount also 0. If it is not inactive, anyway it will fire and it will just happen. And then if it is not inactive and if it is any of this, whether it's happened or not happened, anyway the active will fire and it will queue the job as well. Okay, it looks okay now. Let's see what happens. Control tab, do a search. So I have nothing. Let's start fresh. Now I have want to activate and I want to make the subscription fee as 1,000 or 10,000 here. 1,000. Now I should have a extra discount as 120, correct? And it is active. So I should get a one welcome email. Okay, that's also right. And next, I want to see it in the queue, whether it is firing that reminder email or not. Yes, it is right. Now, when I do a inactive, this is going to be check if it is not firing multiple emails, then it will be good. So inactive. So the extra discount is not working still. Okay. So we have only one email now here. Okay. So only this extra discount logic is not working. Hmm. Okay. Now if I
Hello.
yeah.
So, I mean, the extra discount is not become zero because of that formula has been, we have written in when it is active zero, right? An active resource. So then
No, right.
only it will calculated, right?
No, right. We have not given that condition here. We don't have condition it is active.
Not in this
Hmm.
active. Go to the
Yeah.
active. See why extra discount is not becoming zero.
We have only welcome email. That's it.
Okay, so extra discount formula has been written in the diamond platinum subscription, right? The above one.
Hmm. Here, when either it's a diamond or platinum, it has to calculate with the 12% of the subscription fee. So what happened was, um, so it made it as a zero here. Um, and it's not recursed. So what will happen? It will update it as zero and it will continue. Um,
Can we add that action in that inactive is like making extra discount is zero?
here.
Not inactive resource. In the inactive resource,
Yeah, that is one thing we can do. I was trying to see whether it can be altered or not. Yeah, that is also one fix we can do so that it will not fire again. So this one we'll try once and then we'll do that. Okay, yes, and now here one to activate. The expectation is to send multiple emails. One, two, twice. When I have three, okay, it's fine. Inactive. Yes, inactive. Okay. Check. Subscription fee $0. Here add row. Make extra discount. Even though if we gave here, what will happen was again, let's see, again it will take from this one, right? It again having a next evolution criteria. Okay, to save, activate, inform here, starting again everything. Not contract here, activate, subscription, save. Okay, extra discount calculator, fine. Active, fine. Email also fine. Now trying to inactive. Have all the best. No further emails. Good. And but the extra discount is still there. So we have emails and then field updates, then welcome email. As was a conflict actual. So when we're using a same thing, it's not having a thing that is there. Activated. So discount calculator rights, email rights. Now when it is inactive, save. Okay, it's 0 now. Now we have an email. Oliver's email is not there. Nice. Yeah, Oliver's email is there. And it is out from the queue or not. Yep. Okay. Now it is correct. So the order should be when you have every time actions. So where when the specific changes are not there, when you have every time actions, it has to be at the top. And then when you are trying to override the same field again, it has to be which has to be more priority. This or like making it 0, which is having a top priority that has to be at the end. So now when we have to inactive, it has to be next to it. Then only it can override that value. So it can become both as a 0, and you have to both value to the next criteria. And you can have this email as well, which is removing from the queue. So so what is this version? It is a 10th version is working fine. So it's made all confusing, or is it clear now?
So here we cannot set any schedules on the top, like in.
I think you are on.
Sorry. Yes, we can do, but always I prefer all scheduled jobs or each scheduled job into a separate process builder. Why? Because we don't have a next option, but it will work to the next one. But let's try out this one. So everything is working fine. Only thing we changed is we moved from the bottom to the top. Yep. And now I will mark everything as red so it's not confused. So it has a 0 value and it is not from the queue, I guess. Yes, it's clear. Now I want to activate. I want to give some fee here. and save. Yeah, it is not going bottom. See, it's not calculated the extra discount. Why? Because we don't have to the next step, so it's not moving. So it's preferable to keep at the end or have a separate process builder only for time-based action. Why? Because we don't have option to evaluate to the next criteria when we have a time-based action. Okay, is that answers your question? Either you can have a one time-based action in your process builder, which will be at the end always, or if you don't have to evaluate the next criteria every time, you are good with true or false, it is fine. You can add any number of time-based actions. If you have either only one time-based action is going to fire and you don't have anything else to be continue to the bottom, you can add the time-based actions. But when you have something to evaluate next criteria as well, then you have to be more careful and you have to check all possible scenarios and then only you can add it here. But you don't have option to evaluate the next criteria when you are having a time-based action. So it is powerful at the same time more complicated to when you having a more complicated logics. And we have when you having evaluate next criteria, when you have to perform this action and this action, and when you have a on the same fields you're going to update. So here I'm going to update the fee. Using the fee, I'm calculating the extra discount, and the same flow, I'm updating the subscription fee. So which makes it we have to optimize it, otherwise it will not work as expected. Okay, so when you're having using the operation on the same fields, I have to be think about all the flow, then only can operate it. Okay, so instead of making it complicated, make it simple. So when you have criteria, multiple criterias, you can add over here. So try to focus morely on true or false scenarios only. When even though if it's true also, if you want to go to the next one, you have to use a evaluate next criteria. When you have a time-based action, you cannot perform a evaluate next criteria. So always prefer you have a separate new workflow when you have a time-based one and you have other ones, you can put it in a single workflow. And then you have to make sure that whether you have to do a recursive or non-recursive, how you want to perform it. And you can have any number of actions that you can do. So we have seen a field update and field update. Apex we cannot do now. A create record also straightforward. Email alerts we see. Flows, we can create one flow and see. We have some simple things, other things that we'll do tomorrow. Okay, and just try to practice some simple. Start with simple workflows